Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna start now. Like, I don't want to keep waiting. Hello, everyone. How's it going? How are we faring on this lovely evening, whatever time it may be for you? I have royalty-free music on, but secretly I also have copyrighted music on, but only I can hear it because I want to post VODs, and the VODs get blocked in many regions if I have copyrighted music, so we have to just play along with this fucking scheme of capitalism. Anyway, so today I'm gonna do some gestures of my OCs, Samson and Blithe, just so we can feel them out. I miss them, and I've been afraid to work on my comic because I'm intimidated even more so now because I'm going to events to sell my art, and it's just so daunting to think. I don't know, it's mine, it's my soul, and it's hard to bear it to other people and make it exist sometimes. Yeah, so we will be drawing Samson and Blithe, my Blorbos for my comic, somewhere perhaps, and then I'm going to play the indie game Touch Starved, because it has pretty men in it, and I want to indulge. I am feeling I'm feeling kind of ultra sleepy, I won't lie. Did not sleep well last night. I've been going to bed feeling anxious, and now I just want to play ball, bro, and goof off. Oh. Yeah, so I'm going to show you all my new sticker designs. Let's go to art time. Yes, we can see it beautifully, nice and centered. Alright. So, this, I don't know if you know it, this is an iPad. Okay. So first we have this Sonato sticker. I'm excited to have this printed and be live in the flesh, to feel its epidermis surface. Then I have this is kind of like the before, and this is the after. Yeah. Good for them, you know? I love gay hedgehogs. And then I have this one, another cute lovey-dovey, where it just says faker. 'Cause what they are. I love them dearly. They mean so much to me, these two little guys. Okay, and then party rockers in the house tonight. It's party rock is. And he's like crying all night. He cannot get over it. He's devastated. This is a sticker pairing. It's a marriage of sorts. And I made the fonts kind of fit their personalities. Sonic's is more messy and inconsistent, whereas Shadow's is more poised and the typeface is more serif like, whereas this is like a weird ass. I mean, technically, serif sort of sans serif. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, so those are the stickers I have. And so now, I'll show you the baby girls I'm going to be drawing. So we have Blithe, my Pokey Bear. Not you guys. Sorry, not right now. What is happening? Okay. Okay. So we have our Blithe, beloved Blithe, the one who ventures the earth and fucking heals. Nice. Were you reading those stickers? Yeah, I was reading the stickers. They're gonna be some of my new wares that I'm going to sell. And also, hello, Ram. Welcome in. Yeah, so this is Blithe. She traverses the world to listen to the lonely. And this is her dear friend, Samson. Come on, buddy. Fabulous Samson. Oh, thank you, Ram. Yeah, they're my babies. They mean a lot to me. They're my soul. Part of my soul. Yeah, Samson lives in a tree, and in that tree is a tea shop they work at. More they inherited from their grandmother. Alrighty. So, we have a blank canvas. We're going to be drawing live. Okay, so I have Pinterest open, and I'm kind of trying to find poses that I think will be fun for both of them. Let's see, what's something crazy that'll be really hard? Let's do this. It's like kind of like a pin. I'm looking at a pinup figure drawing of a woman with her phone, and she's like twirling the cord. Okay, let's friggin' do this. Yeah, the perspective on this is crazy. I already have to move it. Okay. Oof. No. Okay, we're just not gonna mess with that arm right now. Lord have mercy. Hard part about this too is there's no plane. There's a kind of an insinuated plane but it's just white in the background. So I'm kind of just gonna take creative liberties, I guess. What is happening with my pencil? I'm gonna make the background I'm drawing on a little darker because it's easier to see what I am doing. There we go. And now I have to like make, this is like the form of the figure I'm referencing, but now I have to make it more Blithe, because this is not Blithe's body type in her shapes. Why do I have to feel eepy? That's not fair. Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, it's just me. I'm kind of spacing out. I'm drawing. That's not good. Oof. Oof. Okay. Oh, thank you. Oh, good. Yeah, dinner will be nice. Get some scrumptious food. What is wrong with my pencil? Hello, malicious, welcome! I'm just sketching my OCs. How are you doing? How are we doing? Brain fried type day, but still good. Love the poses for OCs. Blondie called me. Blondie call me. Blondie call me. Brain fried type day, that's fair. I understand. At least you have a weekend now, which will be nice. Hope you can get some good bitchin' rest. What do you mean by Blondie call me? I'm trying to... Blondie call me. Oh, it stopped. Did it stop broadcasting? It's frozen. Weird. Hold on. What? Huh. One moment. We're having some technical difficulties. I'm on challenge just chatting. Well, my iPod. Oh my goodness. UGG status confirmed. When my freaking iPad starts working. One moment. There we go. Okay, we're back, gamers. We're already back. We're so back. The biggest insanity of all this is that it's all in the same layer. I think it's fun that way. Did my own hydration check. I'm so proud. Okay. Let's find another pose. Currently browsing on Lay Pinterest to find something. Ooh, this is nice. I have this figure on a stool. Right hand kind of like caressing the back of the cheek with the elbow up. Entire arm. And then the left arm is 90-degree angle with like the hand going into the inner thigh holding a bouquet of flowers. It's really nice. Let's do that. Fuck it, let's sketch my... Okay. Once again, not enough room. I always do this. I'm Icarus, too close to the sun. This is where the... Come on, buddy. E. Well, if it's like... Oh, man. Like that. Oh, okay. If your mom's off early, I get that. It's nice to spend time with family. Oh, it's not even picking up my... I'm too quiet. Gelatinous Wind is like, I ain't talking for you. You're too quiet. Well, enjoy your dinner! Thank you for hanging out! Fingers. Legs are too short. Bruh. I'm yeah, about your birthday. I'd rather like get you a birthday present that isn't my art because it feels weird giving my art out, I guess, because I spent a lot of money like printing it out. So I'd rather give you a gift or make you something specific to you than give you just my art, if that's okay. Ah. Let's see, let's do one more. Okay, I found a picture of Florence Welsh from Florence and the Machine, and she looks very majestic. We're gonna do that. What? This is odd, actually. This is kind of boring. I'm gonna twist it a little bit, maybe? Bend it? Okay, let's make her shoes. Could be like a then we got some more Blithe sketches. We have her on the phone, gossiping, talking shit, who knows? We have cloudy Blithe. Angsty vampire Blithe, I guess. Oh, here. Beautiful. Perfect. And then, I don't know, whimsical theater Blithe, dramatic, some flair. She don't like it as much. Alrighty, let's see. Gaming. Slain. Okay. We did our drawing. Alrighty. I'm gonna take a break to use the restroom and stretch. And then I will freaking game. I'll be gaming time. We're gonna see some pretty men. Alrighty, gamers. So I shall be back. BRB. Like Nia, hello. Hello, every pony. Are we, like, freaking ready to... Let's see, hypnotic, provincialism, MXDY. Go die in hell. Go rot, you bot little bitch. I don't care what you have to say. Get the fuck out. Anyway! Gonna open the gay game in a second. Where is it? Okay. Twitch start of the... Oh, I have to change the thing in Twitch. Gotta change my status on Twitch. 1 second. What is this dramatic music? Oh, it's the game. I was like, what is this dramatic music? Okay, we're gonna change it. Oh, it's so loud. Alrighty, now it's touch dived. Cool beans. Holy shit, it's loud. Hold on, I had to edit the settings before we start playing. Aw, pretty people. Settings. God damn, it's loud. Okay. Let's... OBS. Okay, I have this open. I need to open OBS. Right then. Okay, and then I'm going to switch to gaming full screen. And then go to... No, not that. This. Capture audio. Okay. Okay, it's capturing the audio. Let's play a new game. I don't really know much about this game except for, like, they don't touch. Oh, there's copyrighted music. Okay. Dismemberment, cute. Wait, can I... Oh, shit. Can I, like, go back? Shit. Hold on. I have to restart everything, so I'm gonna put the music to 0. So we're gonna do a little bit of TLC then. I'm going to play my usual copyrighted music in the background then. Yeah. Are you on loop? You're on loop now. Okay. And then I'm gonna add my music to here. Okay, we have music. I don't want it there, though. Alright, and then... I'm gonna open the game back up. Let's see, let's open this game back up. Pretty men. At least I think they're all men. I don't actually know. Well, maybe we'll be pleasantly surprised. Music off. Okay. Okay. It's just at the prologue. Okay, it's just content warning. Yes. Okay, tutorial. In touch dive, your choices matter. The decisions you make may result in unique dialogue, interactions, or even choices in red text, which contain exclusive content. Try playing through the demo more than once and choosing different options. You might even uncover a secret ending. And remember, there are no wrong choices, only interesting ones. Choose wisely and save often. Controls. Left click, progress text and dialogue, mouse wheel up. Rewind text and dialogue, mouse wheel down, progress text and dialogue. Spacebar, hide the UI. Press space again to bring it back. My name? Shadow. If you know, you know. Choose your pronouns? Oh. Let's do they, them. Let's be a good they, them. This world began to unravel long before you were born. It all started with fogfall. Spectral mist bled from the seams where reality wore so thin it split. And from that fog emerged monsters, inhuman beings with unnatural powers. Some possessed language and intellect. Others were mindless beasts, driven by little more than bloodshed. As unrest spread and cities fell, humans cowered in fear, while monsters thrived amid the chaos. And then there's you. You don't know what you are, but one terrible truth is certain. You were born cursed, with hands that alter the minds of those you touch. Choose your backstory. Alright. The Unnamed. You were raised as an oracle in a remote temple. The priests claimed your touch bestowed enlightenment, but a visiting maid revealed your curse for what it is. Spurred on by the mage's sword, you fled in search of the cenobium. You regularly experience unnatural premonitions that rattle your body and soul. An innate sixth sense gives you a heightened awareness of hidden supernatural presences. The Exile. A solitary survivor. You were exiled to a life far from civilization. Your only kinship was with an elderly hermit who taught you how to survive in the wild. He lost his life in search of a cure for you, but left you with a final lead to pursue the cenobium. You're a seasoned survivalist, well-versed in deciphering soulless behaviors. You've gained fluency in various languages and an uncanny intuition for detecting danger. The Alchemist, an abandoned mage. An exiled cenobian mage took you in as a child, raising you as her apprentice. She seemed to take pity on your curse, but you discovered that she was cultivating you as a test subject. You fled to the cenobium, seeking a cure. You're an experienced spellcaster with an encyclopedic knowledge of alchemy, spellcraft, and history. With a little observation, you can identify the subtle effects of magic. So we're thinking religious route, hermit route, no friends, or I'm a smart little nerd who does magic. I'd say this is the most relatable to me, so we're going to start with just familiarity. Your name is Shadow. You selected they, them pronouns. Your backstory isn't the alchemist. Is this correct? Yes. Ooh, backgrounds! The wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land. Ashu, welcome! Meow, 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 meow. I just started a game, so you're right on time. Drink water, got you. I will drink. Nom 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 nom. Thank you. Alright. Stretch? Okay, got you. I'm moving so good. I can feel my legs when I'm with you. Alright. Consume. Alright. Just speaking of consume, I got one of these, stupid, probiotic juice shots, and I just like taking tiny sips from it. So I'll take a little sippy. Alrighty, so we're playing Touch Starved. It's the demo. Apparently, so we are an alchemist and we are cursed. And, like, if we touch somebody, their mind is altered, but we do not know how so. This is, like, the opening after the prologue, so you're right on time, broski. But yes, the wasteland stretches as far as the eye can see. There's nothing out here but death, the ever-present stench of decay, and countless sun-bleached bones cast like seeds across the barren land, which reminds me of sun-bleached flies sitting in the windowsill. We love Ethel Cain in this household. Alrighty. I could say death doesn't scare me, but honestly, I'm desperate. It's been 2 weeks since I joined a caravan bound across the wastes. Finding a group that would accept me was a trial in itself. I can hide my hands and deflect probing questions. But sooner or later, people always suspect something strange about me. Because I really, really just liked San Andreas Fault. That's my special interest. As rations grew sparse and canteens ran dry, tensions rose. Despair began to set in until I saw it. Dawn, 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 dawn! Iridia, the city of knowledge, one of the last bastions of humanity left in the world and home to the famous academy called the Cenobium. All the world's knowledge gathered in one place. If there's anywhere I'll find a cure for my curse, it's there. All that stands between me and a new life is a final stretch of salt-soaked wastes. Or so I think, until I see the first tendrils of fog snaking beneath the wagon. Whoosh! Is this fogfall? My stomach sinks at the very whisper of it, a silent storm more devastating than fire. Dangerous in cities, but a death sentence beyond them. A thick blanket of fog engulfs us, snuffing out the lantern's light. The wagon lurches to a stop. An eerie silence, heavy as the mist, falls over us. The only warning we get is a strangled scream. Stay back! No! The cry dissolves into wet gurgling. Ooh. Then, the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard. The air punched from my lungs. I just realized I don't know if I have audio for this. Do I? Weird. Capture audio. Please. Anyway, I guess we'll just live La Vida Loca and hope for the best. Then the wagon violently pitches to the side. I hit the ground hard. The air punched from my lungs. When I opened my eyes, adrenaline lends sudden, awful clarity to the carnage around me. A traitor I once shared bread with lies, face down in the mud, their back reduced to long strips of torn muscle, gleaming gristle, and exposed bone. Bodies litter the wasteland. Ooh, a little guy? I try to rise, but my ankle explodes with pain so blinding, white blooms across my vision. Only when my eyes finally adjust do I see the dark shape before me. Oh, so a zaddy. A soulless stoops over the twisted form of a caravaner. I freeze, but it swivels its head. A dozen bulging eyes twitch in my direction and blink as one. That was a loud scream. The soul lets out an ear-splitting shriek and charges me. But right before it reaches me, the beast barrels past, vanishing into the mist. A horse screams in the distance. I need to move now. Run for the city, head towards the wagon. Head for the wagon. I take cover beside the wagon, where the air is thick with greasy smoke. Fire eats through the gaping hull, spluttering where lantern oil mixes with brackish water. Every person I see is dead or dying, except one. Traveler. O our Mother, forgive our sins. Guide us unto your hearth. We are worthy. We are worthy. A traveler grovels by the flames, their hands clasped over their head in fervent prayer. I glance upwards, toward the gauzy lights of Iridia, just visible, where the fog runs thinnest. I don't pray, but the light of the city is all the reminder I need. I came too far to die here. Rapid footsteps echo all around me. I turn in circles, frantically searching the opaque mist for the source, but the fogfall twists and stretches around. Suddenly, the caravan's driver bursts forth from the fog. Our eyes meet too late. Thunk! He knocks me to the ground and slips in a patch of mud. The Solus instantly falls on him. Blah! It catches the driver by his throat and rakes his stomach with razor-sharp claws. He comes apart like wet paper, spilling intestines and viscera in steaming tide. Fighting the urge to heave, I claw frantically through the slippery muck for a handhold. Shit! My hand catches on the jagged edge of a rib cutting up from the water. Bandages unfurl around the gouge torn deep into my palm. But the pain's quickly forgotten when a hand closes around my wrist. Can you stand? The praying traveler leans over me. We need to run. They reach for my hand, and I realize too late that my bandages have come undone. No, don't touch me! The sensation of their thumb brushing the back of my hand sends a shiver down my spine. All it takes is one touch, and in the space of a breath, my curse takes hold. Their lips peel back in a deranged grin. Now I've seen this face countless times before. This is my curse, madness of my own making. The grip on my hand tightens until pain radiates from my knuckles. Let me go! Suddenly, clammy hands crush my throat, choking off my breath. Die, 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 die! Spit bubbles at the corners of their mouth and flex my face. The edges of my vision darken as my lungs shriek for air. Scream for help, fight them off. It doesn't seem fighting them off has worked already, so we're gonna scream for help. Help! I try to scream, but the finger squeezing my windpipe cut me off. Oh Lord, the more I struggle, the tighter their grip grows. My pulse hammers in my ears, slowing with each thudding beat. This can't be happening. I'm going to die, and not because of the fogfall or the Solus, but because of my curse. Tears sting my eyes. No, not here, not like this. But then their hands drop from my neck, leaving me wheezing for air. My lungs burn with each ragged cough. My vision clears and the traveler's face takes shape, hovering inches from mine. Lips still split in that macabre smile, even as blood seeps between their teeth. They give one last shuddering breath, then slump over, the claws hooked through their stomach. The Solus shoves the body aside, its glowing eyes narrow as though grinning. There's a flash of claws, which spills across my vision. I thought there'd be pain, but as I sink into the murky water, all I can feel is the grit of silt filling my mouth in the icy embrace of shallow water. I spot an arm resting among an outcrop of reeds, mine neatly severed at the elbow. I should have taken both arms. Without them, maybe I could have survived. Maybe I could have had a home. Instead, I'll die cold and alone in a desolate wasteland. A fitting end for a monstrosity like me. Ellipsis. If this is death, it's not as bad as I feared. The cold is gone, as is the choking stench of bog water. I could drift forever, cocooned in oblivion, until all thought and sensation vanished. No curse, nobody howling at me in madness and terror. Nothing at all. The thought has a terrible appeal to it. But I take a reflexive breath, and air pours into my lungs, then out again in a ragged grasp. Feeling comes flooding back, warm cloth on my bare skin, a firm surface underneath me, a strange tang of sulfur in the air. Do not be afraid. I twist my head toward the voice. Tears flood my bleary eyes at the bright glow of lamplight. Try not to move. The voice is calm, steady, and commanding, but more importantly, it's a stranger's voice. One thought cuts through my mental fog. I have no idea who this is, and I'm completely at their mercy. Stay away from me! My words come out in a little more than a creaky whisper. I clamp my mouth shut, hating how weak and helpless I sound. No, what the hell is this? Sit up. I manage to push myself up on one elbow, but my head swims and my surroundings give an alarming lurch. A stubborn patient. I don't have the strength to dignify that with a response. Instead, I pull the sheet up higher and wipe my eyes until my vision clears. Hello. The stranger towers over my prone form. Warm light limbs his pristine medical coat. I instinctively shrink back, and that's when I realize that I'm completely naked except for a thin linen sheet. Naked, laying on a low cot, with a pair of sharp golden eyes watching my every move. The man's gaze flickers to my exposed, unbandaged hands. I plunge my hands under the sheet, though it's too late. He must have noticed what they looked like. Strange, cursed, inhuman. I brace myself for his inevitable disgust, but his courteous smile lingers. He just watches in placid silence as I struggle to make sense of my surroundings. Where am I? Who are you? Be calm. You are safe here. Whoever this is, he clearly has no idea who or what I am. I've never been safe anywhere, with anyone, even my own mentor, my teacher. Thought I was nothing but a convenient specimen to be used and discarded. I scowl, pulling the sheet protectively around myself. Where are my clothes? The man's golden eyes narrow slightly. A sharp sigh rustles the papers in his hands. I see you are not to be dissuaded. Your clothes were torn to shreds when I found you, but I procured replacements. With a soft creak, he rises from his chair, giving me a better view of my surroundings. This looks like a medical clinic. Bottles of silvery alchemical concoctions line the counters in neat rows. The air makes my nose twitch, a faint whiff of smoke, and something distinctly metallic. Pretty. The doctor produces a large, dense bundle of cloth, which he sets at the foot of my cot. He's easily a head taller than most, and I have to crane my neck to look at him. I should be polite if I can, especially since I don't know who this is, what he can do, or what he wants with me. Thank you. He turns around. You are very welcome. I will leave you to get dressed. And he sachets away. With a curt nod, he leaves through a narrow door. He does a kickflip through the window and says, "Peace out." I hear a soft click as the lock turns behind him. When I don't hear any more footsteps, I reach for the bundle of clothes. An itch on my elbow stops me short. I reach down absently to rub at it, then freeze when my fingers meet a neat line of stitches. I know what I saw. That beast took my arm clean off. And yet the limb shows no sign of injury apart from the black stitches poking through my skin. I gingerly flex my fingers, feeling my heart race at the sensation. This is impossible. I should be dead, or at the very least gasping out my last breaths. I squeeze my eyes shut, waiting for the pleasant dream to unravel, to wake up and find myself bleeding out in the swamp. But nothing happens. The seconds tick by, and my arm remains resolutely healed, my surroundings pristine and quiet. In numb disbelief, I grab the replacement clothes and begin stiffly pulling them on. Let's save. They're thicker and warmer than mine were, bundled with a black woolen cloak, but there's one thing still missing. My bandages. The doctor didn't leave me with any, though I know he saw my hands. I slide off the bed and take a few unsteady steps toward one of the drawers. If this is indeed a doctor's clinic, there must be bandages somewhere. I start opening drawers at random, and of course that's when the door swings open. Are you looking for something? I whirl around, clutching a thick roll of clean bandages. I try to step back from him, but my legs bump up against the cot. Your caution is understandable, though if I mean you any harm, you would know. That doesn't make me feel better in the slightest, but he makes no move toward me, so I quickly wind the bandages around my hands. The glowing scars in mottled skin disappear under a layer of clean, white cotton. May I ask why you need additional bandages? I can help if you tell me what ails you. I doubt it. Traveling to Iridia was a gamble born of desperation rather than hope. Nothing has come close to curing my curse. And yet, my left arm twitches, the arm that was severed before my very eyes. The doctor's unblinking gaze follows my every move. It's clear he won't drop this without some sort of answer. The bandages protect me, and they warn others to stay away. I've tried every way of covering my hands, and this works best. Most people avoid touching me as soon as they see the bandages. An illness, then, or less mundane affliction, spread by contact. I flinch. He doesn't sound surprised, and that's far too close to the truth for comfort. Glare at him. I fix him with the coldest glare I can muster, yet he serenely holds my gaze. I am not easily intimidated. Ellipsis. I hastily break eye contact, but he says nothing more. At least he doesn't seem angry. I shake my head. I need to know more about this doctor before he figures me out. Who are you? You may call me Kuras. Or Kuras. And where exactly am I? Iridia, which I assume was your caravan's destination. I can think of nowhere else for a group of travelers to go. Iridia. So I made it to the City of Knowledge after all. I should feel relieved, but all I can manage is a vague sense of increasing unease. How did I end up here? I brought you to my clinic, of course. You were the only survivor from the caravan, barely clinging to life. You needed immediate treatment. Which you provided? Yes. He says it so simply, as if I'm a small child and he's explaining basic addition to me. I frown and flex the fingers of my recently healed arm. Aside from being a bit stiff, it feels fine. Thoroughly attached to me. You're saying that you stitched my arm back on. Pardon? A Solus attacked the caravan. It ripped everyone to shreds. It tore my arm clean off. But when I woke up here, I spent my entire life learning from a Cenobian mage. Oh, my alarm is going off because I need to take my medicine. I'll do it after stream. It's fine.
Hi, somewhere.
Oh, hey, shut up. Shush. Alrighty. I spent my entire life learning from a Cenobian mage, and I know of no alchemy or magic that could reattach a severed limb. Even if he somehow could heal me with magic, I should be able to detect traces of it, but I sense nothing out of the ordinary. The doctor, Kuras, pinches the bridge of his nose. He sits back down in his chair, quiet for a long time. I do not know where you come from, but Iridia is the city of knowledge and deadly secrets alike. Information is power, and one should not give or receive it freely. Since you refuse to divulge your secrets, I will not divulge mine. I do not even know your name. You are new to Iridia, so I will overlook this specific breach of etiquette. Do not expect others to extend the same courtesy. Do you understand? He glances at my freshly bandaged hands. Loath though I am to admit it, he has a point. I'm a complete stranger to him, yet he saved my life. I take a deep, steadying breath this time. When I speak, I sound a bit more like myself. Shadow. My name is Shadow. T. Hedgehog. It is a pleasure to meet you, Shadow. And he smiles gaily. There's a little more warmth in his smile, his polite demeanor back in an instant. Thank you for saving me, or why did you save me? If there's anything I've learned, it's that everybody wants something. With the world in such peril, no one reaches out a hand without expecting something in return. Can I ask why you saved my life? You don't know me. The question seems to startle Curris. I could hardly leave you to die in the wastes. Assisting those in need is the very essence of a doctor's duty. I've never met a doctor who has also handed out free clothes. My fingers find the edge of the cloak. There's a subtle but delicately embroidered pattern around the hem. I try not to think about what price Curris might demand for such well-made clothes. No, I suppose not. Forgive my presumption. I rarely come across such a fascinating patient. I blink. What did he say? I simply mean that few would cling to life so resolutely, or brave such a perilous journey to Iridia. I could not help being curious about you, Shadow. His voice dips to a soft murmur, and he abruptly looks away from me. You're pretty curious yourself. Am I? Well, I haven't forgotten about my arm. I wiggle my intact fingers at him. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Clearly not. But you haven't asked me for any payment either. I require none from you. Travelers do not have an abundance of coin, and leaving you destitute in a strange place would be unethical. I fall silent, unsure of what to say. Nobody would help a horror like me for free. There has to be some kind of catch or trick, right? A loud knock at the front door stops our conversation cold and spares me from having to say anything else. Duty calls. Unfortunately, you are not my only patient today. The knocking grows more insistent, and Curris lets out a tired sigh. Please wait. Though he says it quietly, the clamor on the other side of the door abruptly stops. Do you need anything before you leave, Shadow? Oh. Between the soulless attack and my miraculous survival, I'd almost forgotten why I came to Iridia in the first place. I need directions to the cenobium. The cenobium? The look on his face is downright chilling. He pauses, choosing his words with cold deliberation when he speaks again. Whatever you seek, it is very unlikely you will find it there. The cenobian's gates open for precious few visitors, and even if they opened for you, you would not like what you found inside. My heart sinks. Is he saying that I came all this way for nothing? Risked life and limb for nothing? No, that can't be. I've only just arrived, and Iridia is the largest city still standing. There has to be a cure for me here. Then if not the cenobium, where would you suggest? Do you know anyone else in Iridia? I shake my head. Then I suggest a local guide. Head to the Wet Wick and ask for Leander, the leader of the Adderstone. Is he a boy kisser? Excuse me, the Wet... What? The Wet Wick. He sounds deeply unamused. Follow the Adderstone's posting. They are difficult to miss. When you meet Leander, tell him I sent you. That isn't much to go on, but Curris points toward the back door. You will be safe as long as you do not draw attention to yourself. That's easier said than done. I've always been a magnet for the worst sort of attention. If you require my assistance, you may return whenever you wish. Though he's smiling, there's a note of finality. There's a note of finality in his voice. Resigned to my dismissal, I slip out the back door. I find myself standing in a narrow and rather gloomy alley. I pull the new cloak up over my nose, stepping over the contents of empty chamber posts. Something weighs heavily inside of one of the cloak's pockets. My coin purse. Every last coin that I'd scraped together for the journey to Iridia is still inside. The purse doesn't even look like it was opened. There were so few coins to begin with, they probably weren't worth stealing. Redeem blink. Please drink water. Good idea. Thank you. Woo! Alright. I glanced back at the clinic's closed door. Kuras didn't take any payment. He didn't even ask for a future favor. But he also said that in Iridia, secrets are power. Does he expect me to give up mine at some point? That's not exactly a comforting thought. Still, no matter why he did it, Kuras gave me a second chance and a lead on where I might find help. I'd better get going before he changes his mind. I squeeze out of the alley and into the crowded main street. The line outside Kuras's clinic stretches down the road. Two thin peddlers queue alongside weathered elders. If any place is in desperate need of a free clinic, it's this one. The cobblestones are treacherously rough under my feet, deep grooves worn between them by regular flooding and decades of hard use. I knew Iridia was a river city, but I didn't expect it to look so eroded. The buildings are tired and dilapidated, all crammed together in narrow streets. A child darts by, clutching something greasy wrapped in paper. The smell of fried food drifts over me, and my stomach gives a faint gurgle. This morning's catch, fried up hot and fresh, not too many eyeballs today. That sounds disgusting. But I'm starving, so I duck my head under the stall's grubby awning. A large fish lures up at me, its 3 bulging eyes still visible through the thick layer of crispy batter. The vendor gives me a gap-toothed grin. What's the cheapest thing you've got? The vendor points at a metal basket of what looks like long strips of savory fried dough. Fresh long, lads, 3 copper apiece. Don't burn your mouth. I take the coins out, counting them gingerly. At this rate, I might not even be able to afford dinner. Reluctantly, I drop the payment on the counter and take my meal. And then insert, Minecraft eating noises. Delicious! The merchant went, kitties. Alrighty. 2 streets later, I pass under a wrought iron archway adorned with dangling garlands of red and pink lilies. The buildings in this quarter are a dizzying riot of color, painted walls and tinted glass everywhere I look. Sheer red and pink. I need to learn when to breathe when I do this. Sheer red and pink curtains flutter in open doorways. Musical voices call out invitingly, hello, hello, greetings, salutations. Incense mingles with the pungent scent of flowers, barely covering the salt and musk of warm bodies. This must be Iridia's entertainment district. I'm polishing off my food and dusting the crumbs from my hands when I spot a poster. It features the silhouette of a smiling man wearing a single dagger-like earring and the words, "The Adderstone," printed above his head. I pause before the poster. What a curious choice of a name. a semi-precious mineral that draws out poison. If Leander is the leader of the Adderstone, then the face printed on the poster is likely his. I follow the line of identical posters around a corner. Oh, hello? Hold on, it's so small on this end. Hold on, I gotta make it bigger. Give me a second. Welcome! I think it was Puaro? Wait, type in chat so I can see your name, W, and welcome. We're playing a fruity old game. It's lovely. The art is beautiful. We can't touch people. Puaro! Hello! Welcome! Hello! Yippee! Pronounces Poirot. Did I say that right? Oh, you played it! That's why! Yay! I chose to be an alchemist and ended up in a caravan outside the city, and the sexy doctor saved me. He's all like, oh, don't mention it, I wanted to help you in peril. Yeah, welcome, thanks for hanging. I game and I also draw, but yeah, just, if you want to vibe, welcome. I'll give you, my cat's name is Gelatinous Witness, so I'm gonna give you a Gel Wit Pog. Welcome. Alrighty. Nice! Exactly. I follow the line of identical posters around a corner, and nearly hit my head on a precariously dangling wooden sign. Looking up, faded orange letters read, The Wet Wick. The facade of the building looks like it's seen better days, but I hear faint music and laughter coming from inside. Ooh! It's poppin'. It's not even midday, yet the wick, this is a little loud. Damn, this game is loud, okay. Cool, alright. It's not even midday, yet the wick is packed. A loose collection of Iridians crowd the bar, taking up the tables and gathering in the spaces between. Is it your animation with the crows? Yeah, I made those little guys. They kiss. They are in love. My little guys. Alright. They speak amongst each other in hushed voices, their faces drawn and grave. Yeah. A cursory glance doesn't turn up anyone with a dagger-shaped earring, and I'm considering searching the bar when a loud voice carries across the room. Now, I'm no prior curator, but I'm not much for paperwork or pencil pushing. We're not very far at all. Like, all I've done was meet the doctor, and then he said to go to the Wet Wick to find a guide to take me through the city, because I don't know anyone here. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah. And honestly, I don't even think those robes come in my size. I crane my neck, but the crowd is too dense for me to see the speaker. Gather round, I want to show you all something. There's no time to move out of the way. Stretch it! Okay, I'll stretch for ya. I got you, man. It'd be funny if I, like, got Gelatinous Witness to stretch and he has, like, just these long, spindly, like, tentacles. Ooh! Cracking my shoulders. And water. I'll drink my water. Don't worry. We raccoons love water. Abso-frickin-lutely. Yeah, what if maybe canonically he has, like, 17.5 tentacles? Raccoon tentacles, exactly. Perfect. Alrighty. I drink some gua and did a stretch. The audience surges towards the center of the room in a sudden torrent. I'm caught and swept along with them. Hey! The clatter of falling chairs and tables being shoved aside drowns out my complaints. I thrash and throw out my elbows as heavy bodies press into mine. My hip knocks into a table. I grip it, holding on tight to steady myself, but the crowd has stilled. A pair of gilded boots stride across the tabletop. Damn! God damn! If you want nothing but guidelines and practical policies and needless bureaucracy, you know where to go. Gua, like guagua, water. I drag my eyes upward, past his beautiful chest. A man towers on the table in front of me, arms spread as he addresses his rapt audience. Oh yeah, here go big boys. Yeah, he's got some big boys. But I'm not going to wait for word from on high. His impassioned words provoke nods and excited whispers. But nothing is as captivating as his brilliant smile. He beams at the crowd around him, a performer on his makeshift stage. You preferred the doc? That's fair. He's beautiful. Alright, just like a good, edgelord motherfucker. So I'm intrigued. And unlike those clerics, I don't need the abbess's approval to cast a spell or two. As he raises his hands above the audience, the dagger-shaped earring dangling from his left ear catches the light in a flash of gold. It seems I've found Leander. These are our streets. We make our luck here. He snaps, and a flash of green, pale light erupts from his hand. It's the green among us. With a flick of his wrist, look at the flick of that wrist! Leander conjures a ribbon of glittering light. Beautiful lilies. A delicate flower stem sprouts from between his pinched fingers. One by one, glowing lily petals unfurl. Leander raises the flowers with a flourish, and the bar bursts into clapping and cheers. My mouth hangs open, and not just on account of the impressive performance. There was no incantation, no spell circle. I've never seen such a beautiful and intricate spell cast so effortlessly. With skills like that, it's no wonder Kura sent me here. Leander plucks the shimmering flowers out of the air and turns in a slow circle. Now, who could use some good luck? Eager onlookers scoot closer to the table, but Leander's cool green eyes slide right over them and lock on me instead. How about you? My chest grows tight. Suddenly, I'm in the spotlight. Take the flowers. Refuse them! Be angsty! I'm good, thank you. Leander's smile widens as though he didn't hear me at all. Are you sure? But as he speaks, the lilies fade away in a shower of opalescent light. To my surprise, Leander laughs under his breath. That's the problem with flowers. They don't last long, but they leave an impression, right? He grins at me, and I find myself smiling back. God, he's pretty! Leander steps off the table, dropping among the excited crowd with a clink. All right, show's over. Back to work, everyone. The audience disperses, and Leander heads toward the bar. Now's my chance. I start after him, only to find myself face to face with one of his followers. Sullen follower. Where do you think you're going? I need to talk to Leander. And you have half of Lowtown. Leander's busy right now. Artist-owned business. Come back tonight. After the moment we shared, surely Leander can spare a word. But the follower crosses her arms, unmoved. I glance over her shoulder, hoping to catch a glimpse of Leander. As though sensing my gaze, he looks up, and, for a moment, our eyes lock. Then, Leander turns away to murmur something to the group gathered around him. The follower moves to block my view. You hear me? I'm not looking for trouble. This doctor, Kura, said I should find Leander. That's... She's interrupted by a hand resting on her shoulder. Kura sent you? He said you could help me. Leander nods at the woman, and she steps aside wordlessly. Follow me. He leads me to the crowded bar. There's so little room that his broad shoulder presses against mine. I tense, but he doesn't seem to mind at all. Sorry about that. The Adderstone watch out for one another. Love those arts on Blue Sky. The style is such a nostalgia trigger. Oh, thank you! I appreciate that. Glad you're looking at my Borbos and Sonic and Shadow. Sorry about that. The Adderstone watch out for one another, but they can be overprotective at times. Lesson learned. Leander flashes me a broad grin. You're new to Iridia, aren't you? He says it with a genuine air of curiosity. Yeah, you saw. Yeah, I'm glad. Thank you for peeking. Do I stick out that much? No, but I'm certain I'd remember seeing a face as lovely as yours around Lowtown. My eyes drop to the polished countertop. I'm not used to flattery, and being this close makes eye contact difficult. As if on cue, the bartender approaches us. Let's see, let's make the bartender Russian. What will it be? Surprise me and I'll add anything my friend wants to my tab. I'll have what he's having, or water's good. No, we're gonna get lit. I'll have what he's having. While the bartender leaves to fix our drinks, Leander leans his elbows on the counter. His sleeves right up, revealing a long raised scar. I catch myself following its winding path across his forearm. Does it show it? Oh, not here. Oh wait, it starts over here. Interesting. Beautiful. Leander's eyes wander over me in return. When they lock on my bandaged hands, a bitter taste rises in my throat. Here come the questions. Is there any chance Kuros sent you here for cheap drinks or barely edible appetizers? No. He pushes his hair back from his forehead, sighing when it immediately falls back into place. That's the doctor for you. Always business. I'm not sure he even knows how to relax. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses. I raise mine and give it an experimental sniff. It smells faintly yeasty, like beer, but with an undercurrent I can't quite place. Yeah, my character's name is Shadow. I thought it would be really funny. A quick sip confirms my worst suspicions. It's awful. Briny and sour with a distinct hint of pickle flavoring. I did better. What did you do better? Beside me, the most fantasy sitting name ever, Joe. Dude, Joe, I bet Joe got some good men in that game. Excellent. Beside me, Leander takes a deep swig from his glass. So, how can I help you? I need to get to the cenobium. As soon as the word cenobium leaves my mouth, the group standing nearly falls silent. From the wary looks thrown my way, it's clear I've broken some taboo. Ah, it had to be the cenobium. Leander pushes away from the counter. Let's continue this conversation outside, so we can make out and take off each other's clothes. I rise to follow him. Leander leads me into an alleyway tucked behind the wet wick. Layers upon layers of frayed and faded Adderstone poster the plaster walls. Let's do a save. Seeing them side by side, the resemblance between Leander and his printed likeness is impressive if abstract. Kuros didn't send you here to ask for a personal escort to the cenobium, did he? From his tone, he already knows the answer. No, he suggested that I reconsider. Yet here you are, asking about a guide anyway. He looks at me expectantly. I don't want to tell him about my curse. The less people that know about my monstrous capabilities, the better. Thankfully, Leander takes my reluctance as an answer. Are you aware of Iridia's particular currency? Information's worth its weight in gold here. I don't much care for outdated traditions, so I'll be completely honest. The Cenobium won't help you. They're more likely to torture you than lend you a hand. Torture? My teacher never described anything like that. But the Cenobium's supposed to be a place of learning, a sanctuary. The Cenobium has always been heralded as the last bastion of human knowledge, a shining beacon of hope in a fading world. If any place held answers, it would be the Cenobium. That's why I came here. Leander nods patiently. You're not the first person to fall for their propaganda. I grew up idolizing the Cenobium. I wanted nothing more than to join their ranks, to learn magic from the best, to make a real difference. I was young and blinded by the legends and the legacy. I was so damn naive. He shakes his head. All it took was one trip there, one trip here, to Lowtown, to show me the truth. Unless you've got a heavy purse or a high-born blood, the Cenobium doesn't give a damn. They'll never open their gates for the ones who need help the most. Then it's all a lie. Things that seem too good to be true are often just that. It's like this video about wizards. If wizard's name is Lucius Alrune Moistidius of the Winna Tower, he's most likely a cool guy and a wonderful friend, if you will learn to tolerate their screaming. But a wizard named Steve is definitely eating fingers. Dude, Steve is biting off those fingers and putting them on a grill with some A1 sauce, for fucking sure. And Joe is there for the leftovers. To dip in some Hidden Valley Ranch. Things too that seems that... Oh, I can't even... Blah, 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 blah. Leander. Things that seem too good to be true are often just that. Such a simple statement, and yet it leaves me reeling. Leander watches me as though weighing something in his mind. But that doesn't mean you're hopeless. Far from it. I founded the Odyssey to help people like you. We settle disputes, slay feral soulless. Hell, we even been known to patch a leaky roof or two. Whatever troubles you, we can help. Free of charge. You never want to meet Joe, especially with that raccoon in his head. Does the raccoon, just party in there? Have a little, Minecraft bed that resides in Joe's head? I'm shaking my head before he's finished his speech. My patience is wearing dangerously thin. I appreciate the offer, but my problem can't be solved by a group of good Samaritans. Like Ratatouille, the raccoon's controlling Joe, helping him eat the fingers. I see, I like it. To my chagrin, Leander doesn't look remotely surprised. Then, you're looking for help with something serious, something not even Curus could crack. It must be a truly remarkable problem if you've come all the way to Iridia, searching for help. Tell me, how can I help you? Leander may not work for the Cenobium, but if his demonstration was of any indication, then he's even stronger than the mage who raised me. She couldn't do anything about my curse, but maybe... Indecision gnaws at me. I don't know if I can trust him, but it's not like I have any alternatives. I hate to admit it, but this might be my only path forward. My confession comes out in a strained whisper. I'm cursed. He looks up at me up and down, taking in my face, my eyes, and finally my hands. Is that why you bandaged your hands? My touch is dangerous. It changes people, hurts them. Before I've even finished, Leander pulls his left glove off. He flexes his fingers and grins. All right, let's see it. As he offers me his hand, a prismatic flash of magic ripples across his palm, an enchantment for protection, but I'm already shrinking backwards. I can't. I don't care how confident Leander is. I won't allow myself to hurt him, to see his kind face unrecognizably warped. I don't want to hurt you. I'll be fine, trust me. I've seen enough curses and hexes to last me 2 lifetimes, but I'm still standing. Do you really think Curse would send you here if I couldn't handle it? How should I know? I've only met him today. I'm twice as good as any Cenobian mage. If anyone can help you, it's me. You don't know what you're asking me. I'm asking you to trust me. I look from me at Leander's outstretched hand to his confident smile. Then I begin unwinding the bandages from my hand. If you lose control, don't say I didn't warn you. You can tie me up first if it makes you feel better. His attempt at levity does little to comfort me. With each joint I expose, I grow increasingly certain that this is a terrible idea. But if he's bothered by how my hand looks, he doesn't show it. All right, deep breath on my count. My fingers hover shakily over Leander's palm. 3, 2, 1. Touch him. I tap his palm once, as quickly as possible. It's barely more than a brush, but that's all it ever takes. Heart racing, my eyes dart to his face, but Leander only smiles gently. Say, it can't be. When I reach for his palm again, Leander catches my wrist before I can pull back. I told you, there's really nothing to worry about. He trails off when my thumb grazes the soft skin of his inner wrist. I search Leander's face for traces of madness, but his eyes remain a clear, soft green. Neither of us speak as I trace the contours of his palm, lost in an awareness I wasn't anticipating. It's not as though I've never been touched before. My curse only extends to my hands, and desperation spurs creativity. But all that pales in comparison to this. I've never experienced such intimacy. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail, the grooves along his palm. No hesitation in story guidance. Oh yeah, I wanna touch this beautiful man's hands. I'll do anything. My fingers, long deprived by years of bandaging, pick up every single detail. The grooves along his palm, the smooth shell of his nails, and the bones in his wrist. Oops. For as long as I've lived, I've never been able to hold someone's hand without dire consequences. I never realized what I was missing. Oh, man! While Leander's pulse is steady, mine hammers as fear gives way to excitement. Keep touching him! My hand glides over Leander's wrist, up his arms, where smooth skin abruptly gives way to a raised scar. It matches the one that runs from his collar to cheekbone. Could it be the same wound? When I glance at Leander's face, his lips part as he considers his words. Am I the first person you've been able to touch like this? My hand goes still on his arm. So far, we're going full harem, let's go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're groping these men for sure. Then is it everything you've wanted? When I nod, Leander turns my hand in his to inspect the gleaming fissures crisscrossing my knuckles. There's no revulsion in his face, no fear. He looks up at me and grins. It's not every day I meet someone as enticing as gold. He winks and lets me go. I draw my hand back and take a steadying breath. My head feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Habit alone guides me through the motions of rewrapping my hand, although my fingers tremble too much for the bandages to lie flat. I can't believe that worked. I've really forgotten my manners. May I ask your name? I'm Shadow. Shadow T. Hedgehog. Shadow, this curse of yours is unlike anything I've ever seen. I can tell you're careful, but it's best you keep this between us. Are you staying in Lowtown? I pause, Room and board was something I'd yet to consider. I don't know. Let's get you properly settled then. The Wick is noticeably quieter. Without their leader, most of Leander's followers have dispersed, or in a few cases, fallen asleep beside their drinks. Got any rooms left, or did my lot grab them all to sleep it off? The bartender, who I now realize doubles as an innkeeper, slides a key onto the counter. The usual room. Wait, I need to be Russian. The usual room. Room? Leander's laugh sounds slightly strange. No, not today. This is just for my friend, Shadow. What the fuck is he doing in that room? Christian Grey? Right, stay as long as you like. You two have fun. Have fun? Leander clears his throat, then holds the key out to me. I hesitate. My coin purse barely holds enough for a day's worth of meals, let alone a room. Snip! Welcome! Look at this pretty man. Isn't he beautiful? He's got big boobs. I like that in a man. Snip, we have a new friend. Their name? Pronounced. Hold on, I gotta go back to it. Name pronounced Poirot. They're pretty chill. Isn't he hot? He's sexy. Oh, it refreshed. What the heck? Oopsies. Nothing. My treat since you shared your secret. Food, drink, a warm bed, anything you need. Carefully, I take the key from him. It's small, but heavy in my palm. I never expected to have a warm bed in Iridia, let alone free meals. Thank you. Iridia is twice as dangerous as it is wondrous. Be careful out there. And if you need a reprieve from what haunts you, come find me. Yeah, absolutely. Please, is it like Poirot? Anyway, I'll stop guessing. But yeah, absolutely. Send me a blue sky. I nod, taking one last look at the gleaming bronze key before tucking it into my pocket of my cloak for safekeeping. Leander gives me a friendly wave before returning to the bar. I'll miss that ass. Just glitters in the sparse rays of light illuminating the room. The furniture is tired, the walls cracked, and a large lumpy bed serves as the centerpiece. I can't remember the last time I slept in a bed, and I never imagined I'd sleep in one tonight. When I collapse onto the bed, the springs let out a shrill squeaks. Finally, I can allow myself to rest. My eyes fell shut before long. I think I'm gonna save. And then go to title screen. I'm kind of like, what is CG gallery? Oh! Hi. So this is the doctor that we met earlier. He saved my life. Very pretty man. And then this is the damn, yeah, he's nice. This is more my type of man. Yeah. Hello there. Exactly, you get it, snip snip. And he made lilies. Ha 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 ha, if you know, you know. Alright, let's go to just chatting. Right, let's see, I'm gonna go to Twitch. We have 4 viewers, we can do a raid. Let's do a fucking raid. How's every pony doing? Are we ballin'? Are we having a good freaking time? Are we ballin' in the club tonight? Because I'm balling in the club. Let's see who we can raid. Pog time. It's pog time. Let's see. Oh, we'll raid Cosmic Fox. Cosmic Fox is stream friend. And she's drawing. Let's fucking do it. Alright. Let's freaking raid. Let's see if we can get our 4th viewer in on this. Come on, baby girl, we can do it. Alright. Let's do it.
But I think that we're just gonna kind of, I think I'm gonna use that on the sides actually. Two crows! Oh my gosh! Welcome into Crows. How's it going? Thank you so much for the raid. Forgive me, I feel really bad. I actually don't have, oh my gosh. Thank you for the follow. Is it Puaro? Puaro? Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, guys. Yes! Pog. Hello. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's on my list of to-dos of how to figure out how to make shout-outs to people. So it's on my list, and I'm really sorry. But shout out, and I'm doing well. I'm doing really good. Doing super good. What were you guys up to? Two Crows, I would love to give you a little promo here on stream if you don't mind. I'm doing this for you, and you know what? You can just thank me later, okay? Two Crows is an artist themselves. Okay, come on. Two Crows. And I assume they were either working on art or, hold on a minute.